Hello and welcome to another EnsoVN gaming video. This time we'll be taking down the brand new raid that's exclusive to global, the V2 version of DOFLAMINGO. This guy is pretty damn strong. He has a crazy amount of stats, as well as his captain ability boosting attack of driven and cerebral characters by ×3. So a ×3 captain for free to play when he's below 50%. So if you just want to use the Moby Dick, you can just have the boost all the time, but of course you have to be wary of your auto heal sockets. So he's not a great captain, but you know, in a lot of situations you can just use him. Well, especially on cerebral teams where they drop their HP by quite a lot. His special is where he really shines though, where he randomizes all non-matching orbs, including block orbs, and luxury orbs for one turn, which is kind of nice. But the main attraction of course is that if your captain is either a cerebral or driven character, he increases the duration of class and type boosts, as well as orb amplification buffs by 2 turns. That's even better than Legend Alkaji. So with 6+ Thor, you can have 3 turns of 2.25 times orb boost, and once Nami comes out, you can also have a 2.25 attack boost for 3 turns. That's just insane. Obviously not useful in every situation, but when you have to use it, you're going to be happy that you have him. But the raid itself is actually really damn hard. There's so many things that you can't fight against, especially even though he's in, like you don't want to use Neko Mamushi, because on the first stage they bind your sockets for 2 turns, meaning you pretty much do no damage and you'll just die on the first stage. And if you like gem to get to DOFLAMINGO, he also binds your sockets for another turn on the first turn. So either way, just don't use Neko Mamushi, it's just impossible. The thing that will trip up a lot of teams will be the fact that after he dies, and he has 7 million HP, he gains a 99 hit barrier for 1 turn, but he gains a new 99 hit barrier every turn, so you can't stall it out, you can't tank it, you just have to get rid of it somehow. And currently there's only 3 specials that get rid of it in the game: 6+ V2 Law, Colosseum Hajidin, as well as Rare Recruit Speed Gel. So if you don't have one of those 3 characters, you might be a bit screwed. I'm not actually going to use any of those characters. I'm going to use Legend Blackbeard to just bypass all barriers, which is pretty nice. And for the most part, the team is actually kind of free to play, obviously the exception being V2 Law. You don't actually have to use V2 Law. He's only there to fill up the slot because he's the one quick unit on the team which helps me fulfill Legend Lucy, who I'm going to be using as a friend captain's requirement, as well as being the only slasher on the team, fulfilling Blackbeard's requirement. Not only that, he has very high attacks thanks to the cotton candy, and being a little bit limit broken, not completely. He has, as you can see, 1812 attack. That's very high and will do a lot of damage, which you need on this raid. But you can actually just replace him with a very high attacking quick slasher. I don't really know who that would be. Maybe Colosseum Vista, but that'd be kind of close. You could use regular raid Kizaru instead of the Dex version that I'm using, and then obviously then you could switch out for a Dex or Strength slasher. So there is some flexibility in that regard, so you don't have to be completely locked to the character I'm using. Sabo is actually really good to beat DOFLAMINGO on the final stage after he revives, as well as giving you a little extra damage on your burst turn, so he's very important. It'd be nice if you could use the side version since DOFLAMINGO is in, but of course if I'm using a Lucy team, he has to be the Dex version. And the final sub is Colosseum Lucy, aka Luffy. Very good unit, gives you 4 matching orbs except for a badly matching orb on Blackbeard, but you really can't fix that. As well as having a 20% HP cut, which is really important. That damage is really needed because this guy has a lot of HP and you need all the help you can get. In terms of sockets, you really need auto heal to make it safe. You can do it with level 4, it's very touch and go though, so getting level 5 makes it a lot safer. You also really want anti-bind level 3 to get past treble on stage 3. He will be a pain if you don't have that, so make sure you get as much anti-bind as you can. The ship I'm using is the new Lucy ship that you can buy from the Relay shop. Obviously that's really nice to have the 1.55 times attack boost. It really helps, as I said, as well as lowering your CDs by 1, which can be very important. Especially because people won't have like a lot of maxed Lucy's right now, because you know his books aren't out, everyone's just going to only be maxing him from Universal Skill books. And that's another thing, you have to make sure that your friend Lucy doesn't have too high of a CD, and if you're using Lucy, make sure your Lucy isn't too high of a CD. Of course you can do it the other way around, having your own Lucy and using a friend Blackbeard. Of course you want all your CDs to be low as possible, but you don't actually need any skill ups on Blackbeard because I won't be using a special, because if you use a HP cut to lower him to around 50%, he does paralyze all your units as well as binding your sockets, so it's just impossible to use Blackbeard special. So with all that said, let's get started. So on stage 1 you face off against these 5 gunmen. If you leave any of them alive, they will bind a random unit for 5 turns, which obviously is really bad. You probably can live if you leave probably like 1 or 2 alive. Even that's kind of pushing it. 1 is fine, 2 will be a bit difficult. just kill them as fast as you can so they don't bind you. This stage you want to kill the Elder Seahorse, and then you can stall more on these gunmen as well, but if you drop them below a certain amount, I think it's like 50 HP, I mean 50% HP, they will reverse all your specials. Now you just want to stall out your specials on the turtle and the lobster, and try and get as many matching orbs as you can on treble, because he does have a lot of HP, and it's a lot better for you if you kill him in one turn. You can tank one hit, but it makes it a lot more dicey on the next couple stages, so I'd rather not chance it. Just farm as many matching orbs. 4 is enough to ensure that you kill him on pretty much anyone. So just get 4 matching orbs and you should be fine. Especially with Lucy, the chance of getting matching orbs is really high. So, you know, it's not that difficult, considering like you get a higher chance of Dex and Quick, I'm pretty sure. Or the lower chance of Strength, either way. And yeah, so Strength and Quick are matching anyway, so it's not too hard to get matching orbs with this team. Now we move on to the first mini-boss, which is Treble. He has around 800,000 HP, preemptively binds 3 random units for 3 turns. So yeah, and then he attacks for roughly 7,000 damage. And when he dies now, he will cut your HP by 80%, which freaking hurts. And it's also why you want to kill him fast, because he does still hit. Now onto DOFLAMINGO. This DOFLAMINGO has 1.8 million HP, changes his typing to Quick, and can't be delayed for 1 turn. He's pretty easy. It doesn't do anything below any HP or anything like that. It does silence your characters for 2 turns, but that's fine. Even if you have 4 matching orbs, you won't kill him, so don't worry too much about that. Just kill him over 2 turns, and ensure that you have around... You need to tank an 8,000 damage hit on the next turn. So make sure you have enough HP, otherwise you're just screwed. Now onto the final boss himself. He is freaking hard. 7 million HP. And you can see on the left all the interrupts that he does. It's just insane. So I'm going to use Kizaru here to boost my chain. And then Lucy, so that on the next turn I can get a a ×2 attack boost. But also I need to do 1 million damage here. It's very tight. You make sure you do all your damage perfectly. Hit your perfects, hit in the right order. Everything matters in this raid. There, I did 1.1 million damage. Then he will attack me for 8,000 damage and randomize my orbs. That's fine. So I'll gonna have to use every special except Blackbeard, because if I use Blackbeard, he drops below 50% and then paralyzes me and binds on my sockets, and I don't want that. So use all my other specials, Law even included, to do that extra 300,000 damage. That isn't as important, but you know, it's a nice safety margin to have. And I just attack perfectly. There's no RNG involved in this setup. Just go hit your perfects. Then it revives with a freaking 500,000 HP, which is still quite a lot, and gains a 9/9 hit barrier for 1 turn. He gains a new one every turn, so you can't just wait it out. Luckily, Blackbeard, it just lets you ignore barriers, and Sabo gives you enough damage to kill him in 1 turn. And that is the raid. It is pretty damn tough, but I'd say the reward is worth it. DOFLAMINGO is a really strong unit if you have the right teams, and can be a pretty powerful captain if you don't have any more better, but you know, if you can beat him, then you probably do. And yeah, you can get him to drop twice, but I've only seen that happen once, so it's very unlikely. But maybe you'll be more luckier than me. Well, that's it for this video. Post any other teams you have in the comments down below. This is obviously a very difficult raid, so everyone can try and get all the help they can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, my nakama!